Got him. I just finished staining it, so it supposedly takes 2 hours to dry. We'll come back in 2 hours and see what it looks like.
Let me try to make a video of me.
Okay, well, okay, let's do it later.
Okay.
So this is the test. I put all the screws in. All the screws match up. I forgot to drill a hole right there. But that's okay because this was just a test anyways. I forgot to drill a hole here, but that's okay because all I'm doing is lining this up. And then these holes right here are going into the back of the wood on this other side right here. I'll find something to drill those in. Now what I have to do is pull this back off. Put some of the 3M sealant on the back of this piece of wood, coat it pretty good, and the only difference is these screws are a little bit longer than they were before, so maybe later on down the road after I've got to go get some washers too. Apparently the bags didn't come with washers and I didn't realize that, so I've got to go pick up a couple more washers. Or I'll use the ones that were the older washers that were previously on the boat. But I think it looks great. What do you guys think? Now it's time to take it off. Put the 3M sealant on the back of it. And then put it back on. Let's get to it. It's 1,000 degrees inside of our little garage. If you guys remember where I left off is, let me show you. Right here. I did not drill a hole because this, I did not know exactly where the hole was at because this is so Tennessee style wallered out. So what I did is I put the old piece of wood back on top of the new piece of wood, and I've run all the screws through. Well, let me show you this. Here on this side, I took this little guy from the other end while it was on the back of the transom, and I sent it through the screw hole, and I poked a little hole. And then I went up and poked another little hole so I could try to figure out. So I've got a hole here, I've got a hole here, and I've got a hole here. And I've got to try to figure out where I'm going to line it up where I can get this screw through on the first shot. Let's give it a try and see what happens. All right, guys, I think that's it. Let's go for it. What happened? Tell me what battery's not good. All right, hopefully that's it. We're about to find out. Oh man, I don't know. All right, let's see. I'm a sweaty mess, But good news, look at here. They all lined up.
What?
So we did it. So now,
No way!
wait, what's left?
We're both wet.
Yeah, we're sweating like crazy. So now we're going to pull this piece of wood back off, coat it in this marine adhesive sealant, this fast cure, it's 5200, and then put it back on top of here. So let's get to it. All right, here we go. I hope this works. I thought I might be able to do this without messing anything up. I kind of messed two things up. Let me show you. One, I didn't cut this far enough and I pressed on it. When I pressed on it, that little piece broke, but I just hit it with some Flex Seal. So it ought to be good. And then two, I got some of that 5200 here and just kind of all over the place back here. So look, it's finally on, guys. I'm gonna go back through and make sure all the nuts and bolts are tight, and then we're gonna hang the motor. I ran the sander back over this little spot right here, and I'll probably just hit it with a little more stain. But as you guys can see, I've got all the screws in. I actually put some more screws in up top, right here. And this thing has the 5200 marine sealant on the back of the wood. And I've got these clamps, just, I don't know, giving the little extra tight spots where there's not as much pressure. But I think I believe when I check it in the next 2 days, it's going to be solid. And then I'll hang the engine. So I hit this wood piece with some wood filler, and I'm going to take the resin and hardener that I put on this, and I'm going to beef up this piece of wood right here. But I'm going to do that on the next episode, right before we run the wires. So in the next episode, we'll start running the wires, right?
Mm-hmm. And there's an education game. I'm going to go to first grade, and they want me to play this education game.
All right. Hey, we appreciate you guys watching this episode of the continuation on the 1964 Alumacraft boat.
And keep it old school.
Wait, say that in just a second after I finish. Hit the like button, set the hook on the subscribe button.
And keep it old school.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Goodbye.
Got him.